guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to do my updated pantry tour. And side note, I don't know if it'll show up because of my glasses, but I am not crying and I have not been crying. I'm having an allergic reaction. My eyes are swollen and red. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so some things to note, and I will leave a link to my pantry tour that I did a couple years ago in the cards, and some things to note that I've improved on. First, I don't think, any boxed processed foods. So I make my own cakes, brownies, cookies, breads, all that stuff from scratch now. So I don't have any boxed things like that. I don't have any hamburger helpers. I make all those from scratch. I make a lot of our own, I like making crackers, and our own tortilla chips. And so I don't have any of those now. I make our own granola bars. I make our own pancake mix and all that stuff. I make homemade now, so I don't have any of those box things. I have more dehydrated stuff. And you'll see canned goods from the store in my pantry, but I did not buy those. Those were given to me. And of course, I'm not going to throw them out. They're perfectly fine. But besides tuna and salmon, besides those two things, I don't think peas. I did buy store-bought peas, but I couldn't pass up the deal. They were leisure, I think is the way you pronounce the name, but they are the highest quality, most expensive that you can get at the store, and oh my goodness, they are my favorite because they are the very young, early baby peas. I don't like the big peas. I like the baby peas, and these, they're so delicious. But I got them for 84 cents for the big can, so I did buy those. And I buy tuna and salmon because I can't find it cheap enough to can it on my own. But everything else was either given to me or it's home canned. What else? Also, right here is my new piece of furniture, or cabinet, or whatever. And it has all of my onions and potatoes and winter squash. All that is in there. So you won't see that in the pantry because I now have an actual place to put it. I like to keep stocked up on those. What else? Don't forget that, and you can see it in the other video, but I didn't record it for this time around. I have the pantry down at my grandparents'. I have a pantry cabinet in the upstairs kitchen that is completely filled with pasta and more dried stuff and like beans, cereals. I have a lot of cereals there for the girls because I'm down there every day during the week. And I have tuna and then a bunch of canned goods up there, and then also in the basement there, which is what you can see on that video. She has the nice big shelving. Just think of those completely filled with my stuff. I have beans down there, meat, I have turkey, I have my baked beans, and then I have relishes and marmalades, jams, and then I have salt, pepper, and I think another spice that I have stockpiled, like 10 plus, down there. So when you see those shelves, just think of them filled with my beautiful items. But I wanted to say that because if you look at what I have, you may be like, oh, well, she doesn't have that much. I actually do. I have it at two houses. I'm hoping to bring it all to one house, but as of right now, it's at 2 houses, which makes sense to me because I am at both houses during the week. And if I run out of something here and I know it's there the next day, I can go get it. Or, because I know it'll probably be brought up, during the winter time, I do, if I know that snow or something is coming, I will bring extra stuff back to my house just so I have it. So I do take precautions like that. Now I don't have a huge pantry just because I don't have the space. And I want to be able, like, I have 2 houses already. So I don't want to overload both those. So until I can have my own place and actually have the space that I want, this is how I do it. So without further ado, let me show you pantry part 1. Alright, so the first pantry I'm going to show you is my closet pantry. Let me get my little, look at these. These were $1. I bought like 10 of them. They're so nice though. Because I don't have a light in here. I actually usually have a couple hanging so I can just flick them on and off. Anyway, that's random. But this cabinet or closet is where obviously I have canned goods, but I put all of my dried goods in here. So just starting from the top, in that bucket is a bunch of pasta boxes with pasta that needs to be put into half-gallon jars. This has stuff that I've gotten on sale that I usually make on my own, but they're good for just in cases. So ranch seasoning, and then there's pine nuts. There's some dried mushrooms in packs. This is microwave rice, which I don't have a microwave, but some batter mixes, and then behind it is my sealer for my dehydrated goods. Medicine is in there, and then cereal behind it. Here is some puddings for just quick pudding if I need to make any. And then here are just a couple of my cookbooks. And I'll tell you, this one is one of my favorites just because I love Gilmore Girls. And then of course I have my canning, and then I have a church book, and then another one back there that I actually use a lot. They have family members' recipes in them. And then I have dandelion salve, a couple random things that just need to be put away, some white rice, V8 juice, and then this whole bookcase is, my brain is so fuzzy from my allergic reaction. But my bookcase, this has all canned goods. So I have green beans, apple pie filling, beans, all that is jalapenos, broth, and then more broth, some pickled peppers and onions, and then that is all tomato products down there. Here is oil for an oil lamp. I have, this isn't all of my vinegar, but I have some vinegar, mushrooms, meat, more broth, more meat. Here, I always like to keep an extra Velveeta. I like making my own, and I usually do make my own. However, it does take a day, if not more, usually a day to set up. And so if I forget and I need it, I have a backup. But with the amount of stuff that is in a store-bought thing of Velveeta, trust me, you want to make your own. But just in case. I always like to have something just in case. And then some more random stuff. Then I have rye flour, beans, breadcrumbs, more pasta, mushrooms, beans, pasta. And those are all half-gallon jars. This is a gallon jar. And that back there is a gallon jar. And then over here, more goods. Mostly everything is in half gallons except for right up here. Rice, the flour and sugar need to go in half gallon. Back here I have oils and peanut butter. And back there is also where I have my fish. Those are rings. And then all these are half gallon jars filled with dehydrated stuff. And then down here is cooking beer and more hamburger. So this will be just the dehydrated stuff and dried goods at some point. But as of right now, it is also for my canned goods because I have so many. So now let's go to my canned good pantry. Alright, so this is the cabinet that my dad made. And I have had this for 8 years now. So good things do last. And this, you can just scroll it down, is all my canned goods. Now under here, and that is some more powdered stuff, beans, and things that I actually need to put in Mylar bags that I got. And actually I have stuff down at my grandparents too that I need to put in Mylar bags. I just have not got to that yet. But it is in the works, and I do have the Mylar bags. But anyway, that's what's down there. Now, I know I'm going to get questions or comments, so I'm going to say them now. Yes, there's stuff stacked. No, there is nothing that I have home canned that has anything stacked on top of it. I do know proper canning storage. So if I did double stack, it is either store-bought on top of store-bought, or it's store-bought with my home canned on top. So pineapple and then my pineapple. But this goes 5 back. So these are double stacked 5 back, and these are all double stacked 5 back. And actually some of these, as you can see, are triple stacked with the small jars, and you go all the way across. This is of course a single, and then this is doubled or quarts. All these are, I tried to put stuff together, and I also have a written down inventory list. If you want to see how I do that, just let me know in the comment section, and I can do a quick little video on that. But I do keep a running tally on everything I have, and rotate as needed. So that's all fruits and vegetables with some randoms like condensed milk and stuff. Down here, this minus these 2 jars right there and those green beans, all this is tomatoes. So these are both quart tomatoes, and nothing's touching because I have that. And those actually go 10 back, 8 or 10 back. So that's 3 rows, 10 back. And then the same thing, you can't see because it's dark, is back there, but it's pints, and it has a smaller shelf, which is why I did pints over there. And that is also all tomatoes, and that is a couple jars less because of this this turny thing that's supposed to turn out, but it's so full it can't. So yeah, that's all my tomato products. And then this, minus the randoms, preserves, peach butter and preserves, apple butters, and then more preserves, and then some random seasonings that I got on sale. But this is full to pretty much to the max. So I haven't, besides like perishables and milk and cheese, which I actually have. I have cheese in my freezer, and I have meats in my freezer, and I have vegetables from the garden in my freezer. And I consider that my working pantry too, because I have 2 freezers. I haven't, minus the milk and butter and cream, things like that, I haven't had to buy hardly anything from the store because I have such a good little stockpile going on. Now I kind of consider what's at my grandparents' my extended pantry, since I'm not readily able to use the stuff from it. But everything here is working pantry. The only things I am missing is a stockpile of coffee, because I just drink a lot of coffee. So I need a stockpile of coffee. I do have a stockpile of tea because that's what my husband drinks. But I need a stockpile of coffee. And then I do stockpile creamer, but it's refrigerated. So I buy probably 6, and then that'll last me a few months. Or a couple months. I don't know. I drink a lot of coffee. But that's what I have. So I wanted to give you guys an update on that. Oh, this isn't everything. There's also more. So where my coffee station is, it's actually a dresser, and that's where I put the coffee, like stockpile coffee and tea, and then also 2 of the drawers is nothing but my baking goods. So my chocolates and caramels and coconut, random things like that you would use to bake with, powdered sugar, brown sugar, like extras, because I make my own, but when they go on sale, I stockpile so that I can have them. So that's where all those are. So also those. I knew I was missing something. So that is what I have to show you guys. Be looking out for canning pumpkin, because I was just gifted 10 pie pumpkins. So I'm going to be processing those. Well, it was going to be today, but my husband left with my car this morning, and he had my pumpkins in the back of the car. So I haven't been able to do any of it today, but that's fine. I had a lazy day. So anyway, enough rambling. I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up for me to help me out, I guess. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.